All right, we are going to move on to our market sheep classes. So starting with our Hampshire class, ranging in weight from 106 to 137 pounds. We have an entry from Amelia Strauss, Josie Strauss, Tucker Leeson, and Allie Leeson. We again want to thank our judge for the show tonight, Glenn Brunkow, for being here. We appreciate his time.
Four really nice lambs here in your ham class. My top two came up to the top, sorted themselves to the top fairly easily. I'm going to start with the young lady's lamb here, one that I think is the firmest, freshest handling lamb in the class. You really get on this lamb, it's really thin-hided, handles with a lot of expression and muscling down that top, and probably has the deepest loin in this class. You get this leg, it's certainly the thickest to the center portion of that leg. I'll grant that the second lamb maybe carries that thickness down a little farther into his leg. A lamb that doesn't quite have the length of loin, doesn't quite have the freshness of handling the lamb above it does. He's carrying just a little bit more condition. But two lambs that are certainly market ready, certainly heavy in their muscling, and very good market lambs. The lamb in third, a lamb that doesn't quite have the expression of muscling, the thickness, the center portion to its leg that the two lambs above it do. One that's not quite as nice profiling, doesn't show off quite as well, but a lamb that is market ready today, and that's where it has the advantage over the fourth place lamb. I really like this fourth place lamb, a lamb that's really nice in its profile, a lamb that's really straight in its lines. You get off the side of it, you really like it. It's got a lot of expression of muscling. A lamb that just, when compared to the three above it, isn't as market ready today, isn't at the proper market weight today, just needs a little bit more time on feed. I'm going to give them all blue ribbons. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Breed champion in the Hampshire class goes to Allie Leetson, reserve champion to Amelia Strauss, receiving third blue, Tucker Leetson, and fourth blue, Josie Strauss. Next up, we'll have our Shropshire class, and we have an entry from Caitlin Butler. Weighing in at 118 pounds.
Really nice Shrop here. One that certainly is a little greener, needs a little more time on feed, but one I really appreciate in terms of his muscle. Really thick, nice top handles with a good loin. A lot of leg in that lamb. Really like the way he's put together. Just a really nice lamb that needs a little bit more time on feed. Give the young lady a big round of applause.
Our Shropshire breed champion goes to Caitlin Butler. Next class is our Southdowns. We have two entries from Casey Butler. I'm going to go back to our Hampshire class. We had a couple of our kids rearranged so that actually the breed champion was Allie Leetson. Breed reserve went to Josie Strauss. Third blue to Tucker Leetson, and fourth blue to Amelia Strauss.
Two really nice Southdowns here, really different types of lambs. I'm going to start with the young lady in black's lamb, a really solid lamb, a lamb that has a little more shape and dimension to its leg and top. A lamb that I really like in terms of its bone and width and chest. A lamb that just has more power to it. The lamb in second, the young lady here closest to me, a really extended lamb, a lamb that has a lot more loin and hind saddle, but a lamb that just doesn't have the power that the lamb above it does, doesn't have the power through its leg, but a really extended, long-bodied, growthy kind of lamb. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Receiving breed champion and breed reserve is Casey Butler. Our next class is our Speckle class. We have 2 entries from Charles Strauss and an entry from Casey Butler.
Really nice. Speckle's here. The young lady Speckle here next to me just blows the class away in terms of his power, his growth, his dimension. A really growthy lamb, but when you get on this lamb, man, he handles with a lot of thickness down his top and a lot of volume to that loin. Handles with a tremendous leg. I really like the bone he stands down, and yet for as big as he is, still a lamb that has some class and some show. Really like this lamb. Then it gets really close, and I found out why, because of twins. But the young lady's lamb, I think, just has a little bit more power to it, a little more center dimension to its leg. A lamb that just pops with a little bit more loin. Really like the young man's ewe lamb, a really straight line ewe, a ewe that I really like in terms of her profile. Just doesn't quite have the power that especially the first place lamb has. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Speckle Breed Champion goes to Casey Butler, Breed Reserve Champion to Charles Strauss, and Third Blue to Charles Strauss. Our next class is our Crossbred Market Lamb class, and we have entries from Josie Strauss, Allie Leetzen, and Tucker Leetzen.
three really nice lambs. We're going to start with the young man's here. A lamb I just think has more power to it. A lamb that handles with a lot more down its top and through its leg. Especially carries that through its lower leg. Stands on a much greater circumference of bone, much wider chested than the lamb in second. Maybe starting to get a little soft in his handle. That's where the lamb in second. The lamb in second is a really thin-hided, really good handling lamb. Really surprised me when I got on my hands on this lamb, how much I liked it down its top. Really firm, fresh handling lamb. Runs really long-bodied, long hind saddle. Just like to see it a little stouter in its bone makeup, a little deeper in its leg, but a lamb that you really appreciate in terms of length. Lamb in third I really like in terms of its makeup. Really expressive muscle lamb, a lamb that has some muscle, some bone. One that just isn't quite ready today, one that just needs a few more pounds on it to be more market ready. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Our Crossbred breed champion goes to Tucker Leetzen, reserved to Allie Leetzen, and a third blue to Josie Strauss. Now we will compare all of our top market lambs to choose our overall grand and reserve. From our Hampshire class, the champion was Allie Leetzen, reserve was Josie Strauss. From the Scotchshire class, the champion was Caitlin Butler. From the South Downs, champion Casey Butler, reserve Casey Butler. From the Speckles, champion Casey Butler, reserve Charles Strauss. And from the West Crossbred class, the champion was Tucker Leetzen, and the reserve was Allie Leetzen. As he evaluates our last class of market lambs here, we want to again thank our judge, Glenn Brunkow. Remind your exhibitors to pick up your ribbons and to get auction pictures taken and fill out your forms. We also want to thank all of our helpers tonight, everyone who's volunteering. We have Wyatt, our king, handing out ribbons, and all of our parents who helped out tonight as well, so thank you all.
again, I've really enjoyed tonight. A great group of kids, great set of lambs. You should be really proud of them, especially the perseverance through everything they have. As I said in the goat show, this is something like none of us have ever seen. Even Chuck hasn't seen this. He's been around forever. Sorry, man, I had to. No, this. You all need to be proud of what you've done this year. This has not been easy conditions. This has not been an easy fair. This has not been an easy year. And to have gotten your animals to here, you all should be very proud of them. As I look down through the champion drive, I'm really comfortable with what I have here. We have a flock of lambs at home. We sell a few club lambs. Mostly we sell butcher lambs. And so, you know, in the end, these are market animals, these are meat animals. And we need to look at growth, we need to look at muscle. And every one of them out here has the muscle, has the growth. They're all market ready. And sheep that I feel very comfortable with. They're very stout in their makeup, they're wide in their chest, they're heavy boned. All lambs that have done very well. So without I know it's getting late. I applaud your staff, your extension staff for getting this fair ready, the fair board, all your superintendents and help. You guys have done a tremendous job in the face of a lot of adversity, but mainly 4-H'ers and families. I really admire you for getting through this year and being here. And I hope that, I always say when I judge a fair, only one person goes away completely happy with me. But I want you to all know how much I admire you and how much you should be proud of what you've accomplished this year, irregardless of how you placed. Everybody out here is a winner. So I will go out and select your champion market lamb, and we'll pull a reserve in from that class, and I'll select your reserve. But it's been a real pleasure to help select your lamb tonight.
Our Grand Champion Market Lamb goes to Casey Butler. Reserve Champion Market Lamb goes to Allie Leeson. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors tonight. We will be back again tomorrow night with a 7 p.m. beef show.